Good morning, everybody. As Rosalind said, my name's Mervyn Carr. The subject is being a caregiver. I prefer to call myself a support person. I think I don't yet have to dress my wife, clean her, this sort of stuff, but I have to be there to support her. That is my role. Anyway, it is a very unexpected role. I think no one wakes up in the morning and says, gosh, I'd love to be a caregiver. I'd love to give up my life and just really mess myself around. Become a support person by circumstance, not by choice. It's a role that is thrust on you. Your life changes overnight. Your career, your daily routines, priorities all change. I had to give up my career. I was traveling constantly, doing software consulting, etc., etc. We cannot do it anymore. So, as Anne-Marie said, your financial situation changes dramatically, apart from everything else. You have to constantly adapt to what you're doing. New challenges, changes in the patient's condition. You have to remind yourself, I have to remind myself constantly, not to feel resentment towards a patient, but to focus on the disease. It's not the patient's fault. I had a transition from doing everything together to taking on other responsibilities and finding outside interests. The emotional challenges. I've struggled with frustration. My nature is to help, but what you cannot do, you have to let the patient do things for themselves. Offer help and don't be offended if it's refused. I've been in that situation myself as well recently. I had some major surgery on my pectoral muscle, my shoulders and so on. There's a lot of things I couldn't do. So yeah, I had to eat apple pie. Gosh. What am I saying here? You have to learn to respect, as I just said, to respect the patient's desire to retain their dignity and their independence. My role is to offer help, not to take over. And that acceptance is tough. I'm not a particularly religious person, but there's something that really is close to my heart. I keep on threatening to myself to tattoo this on my forearm. I think the Alcoholics Anonymous is famous for the Serenity Prayer, which goes along, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Sorry. Courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sounds really easy, but it's really tough in practice. I had to learn to cultivate outside interests. We were always doing everything together. That's just not possible right now. Anne-Marie encouraged me to cultivate outside interests, outside friendships. That wasn't in my nature. I'm a very private person. I'm not a very sociable person. I think there's like 4 people I like. Yeah. One of the best things I've done over the last couple of years is join the Lions International. It's a transformative experience, for me anyway. Our motto is, we serve. And that fits in with my nature. I love to help people. And that's given me an outlet now to do that. A lot of little things we do, like a charity car wash, for instance. You give up last weekend, we gave up a whole weekend. It was Friday evening was a function. We had to do Saturday, Sunday, the whole trip. It's a pleasure. That gives me great pleasure to do that. In terms of the practical challenges, I find it difficult to remember all of the different meds and all the treatments that are out there. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, I don't think. In terms of humility, I'm no angel. I'm not looking for praise. I just do the best I can. I'm just trying to be patient, understanding, and supportive. And caregiving, as we say, is a journey of learning and growth. As I said right up front there, it's not something you choose. That's something that is thrust upon you. In closing, despite the challenges, caregiving has taught me some resilience and a lot of compassion. You have to, as I say, just try and put yourself in the patient's shoes all the time. Yeah. Look for what support you can give. Be there and just support. As I say, I consider myself a support person, not a caregiver. I've encouraged others in similar roles to seek support and balance in their lives. That's not easy either. And in closing, caregiving is not just about the patient. It's about the caregiver's well-being as well. I guess most of you have flown on a plane. They give you a little safety speech right up front. And one of the things they say is, if the plane suddenly experiences depressurization, these little masks will drop down from the ceiling, and put your own mask on first. Otherwise, if you try and help other people first, you're not going to be able to help yourself or them. Okay? But in reality, that oxygen mask is there to stifle the screams. Anyway, short and sweet, I thank you for your attention, and I wish you all well on your journeys. Thank you, Rosalind, for putting on this excellent show. And I'd also like to thank Marie, who will speak later, for giving me some encouragement. Thank you.